Welcome to the Shadows. My name is Luxeley, and if the darkness or the sarcasm scares you, you could always turn on a light. Arathi Basin is the place. Switching mounts is my game. And look at this. Look at this. Huge rush. It's like something out of the movie Apocalypse Now. Raise your hand if you ever saw that movie. Raise your hand if you don't know what that movie is. You could always Google it. Epic Vietnam film. It just reminds me of when all those choppers are flying over. It was just an amazing scene. Well, this is what it's like. It's like this huge rush into Lumbermill. If you're a betting man, you bet the Alliance are going to go to Lumbermill. You bet the Horde are going to go to Blacksmith out of the gate. Now, this priest is quickly out of position, and he's the one and only healer, so I'm actually focusing him. Yes, I got a memo on the objectives, and occasionally I do follow him, like kill the priest, and he's dead. Thanks for playing. Brulon, the Paladin. Now, this is interesting. You have two kinds of Paladin. You have the kind that realizes he's below half health and he pops his bubble, and then you have this guy who realizes, uh-oh, I have 18% health. I got to hit my bubble now. See, the thing is, it's a lot easier to heal yourself in full when you're at 50% or 60% health as opposed to 18, 10%. Do the math. I mean, it's a mistake we all make, but that's a little helpful pointer or tip just to be aware of if you play a hybrid like myself. Thanks for playing, guys. Fear itself. Who said there's nothing to fear but fear itself? If you said Franklin Delano Roosevelt, you are correct. If you said Teddy Roosevelt, you are incorrect. Both of which are presidents, both of which were cousins, one of which was shot, actually. This is an amazing story. Teddy Roosevelt did a speech, and he took a bullet to the chest, and I think it was his liquor tin that stopped the bullet from killing him. And he still had a little bit of a wound or something, but he still, went on for 2 hours and did the speech. If it's nowadays and that happens to a president or a presidential candidate, there's 97 ambulances, and it's on 115,000 channels, and it's like a barrage. Try to get rid of the pet, but no, he's not having Jim R. Bob. Oh, that's the name of the hunter. What's the name of the pet? Jim R. Bob's pet is my guess, but I could be wrong. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. See, I was kind of getting a little bit out of whack thinking, no, I don't want to be a big chicken and run away, but it's actually smart to sometimes run away. There's nothing wrong with this strategic retreat. If you're facing a one-on-one and an objective you gotta take care of, then yeah, there's something wrong with it. But when you're facing a 1-on-3 or 2-on-3, not really such a bad idea. It really isn't. And that's something that took me a very, very long time to get used to and just accept in my brain. Good thing my equestrian lessons came into play. Leave it in the comments if you think I actually took equestrian lessons. I do love horses. That's all I'll say. Leave it in the comments. Did I or did I not actually take equestrian lessons? Did I try it once? Because there was a girl involved and I thought, wow, she likes horses. I like her. I better start liking horses. Hence, equestrian lessons. That's something a young teenager who suddenly discovers hormones would do. Right? What do you think? Let me know. Well, the score is we're losing. I think we're losing. Yeah, a little bit. Or close to it. I don't know. How am I doing? Very subpar. I got to step it up, guys. I got to step it up. Another force back to Lumbermill. Now, I want you guys to see if you notice a little bit of trend in this BG. What I'm doing is, rather than zerging bases that they have, I am going to bases right after they cap them. So this way, they don't get those points, and we could quickly turn it around like we did here, and that huge sea of cascade. I really want to do a video. I need 4 other Shadow Priests. This is true. I'm being a bit random, but this is something that I want to do before Legion comes out. Get 4 Shadow Priests together, and I want to go in a small BG. We'll queue for a few BGs, and what I want to do is have everybody at once time a cascade. And it'll be just this huge flux of blueberry happy sperm just flying everywhere. Leave it in the comments if you're interested in being part of that video. I really want to do that. I'm not kidding. See, the Paladin does it again. He did it again. I was making fun of his name. His name was Brulon. It's the same Paladin. There's only one Paladin on the Horde side in the BG. And it's the second time he waited till he's below 20% health to use his bubble. bad habits. I mean, I don't want to nitpick, but I say these things so people could get good tips and they could learn these tips and use them. Because the difference in healing in full when you're at 50 or 60% health as opposed to 10 or 20 is huge. It's a huge difference, and you have to be more proactive. And, you know, you're not going to get it right 100% of the time. But the more you try it, the more you're cognizant of it, the more you try to use Leap of Faith every little chance you get just to kid yourself that you're participating and doing more than just damaging things. But that's it. Once you start to become more and more aware of it, it becomes a lot easier for you to do. Thanks for playing. Uh-oh. They're coming up to Lumber Mill. I'll just head him off right here. Stand right there. Don't move. Don't move, Mr. Wall. Don't move. Good. Just stand there. Okay, now he realizes he's got to run away. Okay. That is what you call instinct. The survival instinct kicking in. He realizes he's outnumbered, heading uphill, and we're firing on him from an elevated position. That is, he realized that that's a bad idea. Mind Blast done. Just hit the mage. That's going away in Legion. Not sure. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss Spectral Guys. I'm actually gonna miss Leap of Faith, which I remember when it first was introduced in the game. I was like, everybody got these cool abilities, and Priest got Leap of Faith. I'm like, what, Liz? What? Everybody gets like Maseratis and Ferraris and Porsches for Christmas, and I get a skateboard. I mean, what? But it actually proved to be a very, very useful ability in more ways than one. So the thing is, you really have to try it out for yourself and be fair to it before you knock it, which is why I'm not going crazy that I'm losing some abilities that I found very, very useful and I think used to their max throughout WoD and even prior to WoD, because we're getting new things. We're going to have a new play style, and I don't care what anybody says in a beta, because people haven't felt their mojo. They haven't completely mastered their class yet. They're still learning things, and then the players that they're playing against, some are better than others. Most are still in that learning phase, and they might be very functional with the class. They might be very viable with the class, but they just haven't found those little niches that get you an extra 10, 15% damage, those little combos that really separate you from the average players, and that takes time. That takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of repetition. That's not just something that just comes to you like bills in a mail or something like that. Thanks for playing, Mr. Goblin, by the way. All right, now we're getting to respectable territory. But that affliction lock, there he is. I think that's him. We'll just pretend it's him. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. But he's doing more damage than me because. And that's what I've noticed. When I've done competitive RBGs, a really good Affliction Lock, a really good Frost DK are going to outdamage me most of the time on my best day, especially if I was spec'd for Surge of Darkness, because I noticed once I got above like that 1700 level MMR in RBGs, even lower, even 1500 level, a lot of my dots were getting dispelled, which meant that I wasn't getting the procs for the Surge of Darkness. So now I'm basically have this ability that I'm not using that much, and the ability that procs that ability does damage, and that's getting dispelled, and they didn't care. And I was even running sometimes with 2 Affliction Locks, and they still didn't care. Oh, Vampire Touch, gotta dispel that. Matter of fact, I think they were purposely even focused on dispelling it because they realized they had to dispel the unstable affliction, and they didn't care. Didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if the unstable affliction's going to kill them, they'll still dispel it. So that's what I've noticed. That's been my experience. Let me know in the comments if you experienced something different, because that's why I started running with Mind Flay. Because a lot of people comment on my videos like, Lux, why are you running with Mind Flay? It sucks. No, it actually doesn't. In the last patch, Mind Flay was buffed about somewhere between 10 to 15%. I don't know when that patch was. I forgot. It feels like it was 18 years ago. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. So just stand there. Just don't move. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Thanks for playing. I'm such a bastard. It's true. I'm very confused when Father's Day comes. So let's see what the score is. It's a close one. This is actually a close one, but I have to say, I was talking about that that Affliction Lock, who probably absolutely hates me, he's probably responsible for most of the dislikes on my channel, because what's happening is very, very clear to me. I don't know if it's clear to him, but he is basically spreading his dots, equal opportunity dot guy. Now I'm popping my dots too, so that's putting a lot of pressure on the Horde, but I'm finishing him off with my instant mind blast and my shadow word death, so I'm getting a lot of those killing blows. But at the end of this BG, you're going to see he's probably going to be higher damage than me. Now I've got to figure out where I'm going. There's my Warlock buddy. He's definitely not sending me a Christmas card. And if I need a job, he's not going to recommend a job. He's not going to be like, yeah, Luxeley's a great shadow priest. He should do RPGs with us. He's really good at kill stealing. That's not going to go over so well. So I don't think he likes me. Kill the hunted. Yeah, you're not dead. You're not dead. And the Academy Award goes to Barrage. No, that's not his name. Bubba Kush. Bubba Kush wins Best Supporting Actor for that death scene. That is leave a like for that Academy Award worthy death scene. That's good enough for the Warcraft movie. I swear, I really do think it is. So I've been just zerging, not necessarily zerging, but either defending bases that need defending, as they call it out, because people have actually been calling Inks. It's been a very good group. Or going to bases that the Horde cap and then recapping it. And I have this little posse with me that, particularly this Warlock and this Paladin, been following me around. And the Warlock hates me, but the Paladin's coming around to me. And here we go. I pass him in kills, but I'm still a little bit below in damage. He's a good Warlock, I gotta say that. He's definitely skilled. If you see him in World of Warcraft somewhere, I don't know his name, but if you see him and you figure out his name, just tell him Luxley said, you're a damn good Affliction Warlock. It's Bubba Kush again, 6-mon. Well, I thought there was just a rogue here, but I was obviously incorrect. They got a second undergeared priest. That doesn't really work so well for them. Thanks for playing. Another Academy Award for you. And I'm running into a fence. Stop it. What's the score? Are we ahead? We're slightly ahead. This has been a close one. Very surprising. I mean, I really haven't gotten any big fights. I mean, at least 1v1s or 1v2s or anything like that. A lot of it is just myself and this Affliction Warlock just doing our thing, wearing people down, and I'm finishing them off. And I don't think he's aware that I'm stealing all his kills. Well, I'd like to call it borrowing. Borrowing his kills. I'll give them back. I mean, people could go to hell for kill stealing. I think it's going to be done. There's a kill. Or maybe not. Because you have that stupid spec that gives you 1 health for 3 seconds. How'd that work out for you, buddy? I can't stop. I always pick on Death Knights. And the scary thing, you could randomly pick any one of my PvP videos. You'll hear me ranting on Death Knights. Matter of fact, I made a few ranting Death Knight videos. And the fact is, I mean, I don't want to get started because there's a strong possibility I might be playing an Unholy Death Knight a little bit in Legion because it looks pretty damn good. This is Luxley saying, whatever it is by you, morning, afternoon, or night, make it epic, make it great. Luxley saying, have a great one.